Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Friar Chuck here, and we are back for episode number 5, I believe. Yeah, because we should be one ahead of each of our weeks. Episode number 5 of our West Virginia Mountaineers franchise Dynasty here at NCAA 25. Last game we had a pretty tough loss to Pitt, 34-28. The game really wasn't as close as that final score would indicate. We couldn't stop Pitt hardly ever. And so we do unfortunately lose that rivalry game. And now this week we're getting into Big 12 play for the first time. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I'm very scared by the Big 12 schedule. Like, as far as ratings go, we should not win any of our next 5 games. All these teams are ranked. Kansas is really good. Oklahoma State is apparently like a god in NCAA 25 in Sim. And Kansas and Oklahoma State, too, both have really good running backs. Ollie Gordon for Oklahoma State is one of the best and might be the highest-ranked running back in the game. And Kansas's running back, whose name I can't think of, is also really good. Iowa State right now is 20th. I'm not as worried about them, but still, they're playing really well. Kansas State's got a pretty dynamic quarterback. Arizona has a really, really good wide receiver. So, I mean, shit, if we don't beat all of the ranked teams and just beat the unranked ones, that would make us a 4-win team this year, which is not good. And any 5-star recruits that we have any hope of bringing in, that kind of goes down the drain. So, let's go take a look at the roster for Kansas. Wish this was a little easier to sort through. Kansas. So, at quarterback is Jalen Daniels, 90 overall, very mobile quarterback, 88 speed out of the backfield, 91 throw power, good accuracy. So he's going to be a problem all game, and our defense really hasn't proven up to snuff. They've also got running back Devin Neal, like I said, really good running back, and we've had issues with running backs. So we'll see how that goes. Hometown kiddies from Lawrence, Kansas. No fullback. Wide receiver room is not very deep, and they're going to be in real trouble next year when it comes to wide receivers. They are all seniors. Solid tight end group. Offensive line looks good. We haven't been getting a ton of pressure anyway, so that won't really help. Looking at the defense, defensive line doesn't look amazing. Linebackers are okay. Ooh, we got 2 good corners, Kobe Bryant, Mello Dotson, both amazing. After that, not much. Safeties, Marvin Grant's good. I mean, this is a Kansas team that could have quite a few players drafted. Jalen Daniels, Devin Neal, Kobe Bryant. Those are all guys that could definitely get drafted. Maybe Mello Dotson. I don't know enough about him. But if we can pick up the win this week, that would be a huge upset and would be massive for our team. Okay. Let's edit these uniforms. What do we want to wear? Okay, I kind of want to wear that white helmet. White helmet. What do we have besides these? Navy on navy. Make sure, okay, they're just wearing white. Yeah, you can see 82 overall team, 84 offense, 81 defense. On paper, we should be better than them, but we are also not playing amazing at the moment. So we come into this game 1-2. They are 3-0 and currently the 11th ranked team in the country, but they have got to come into Morgantown to take this win from us. Rocking these helmets for the first time. Maybe they're a good luck charm. So, start of Big 12 play for both teams. And keep in mind, last episode, we decided that we weren't kicking field goals anymore. We'll do kickoffs, punts, and extra points, but I'm not doing field goals just because we are so bad at them that it's become a serious liability, and I'd rather just risk the CPU missing, because I'll miss probably everything. I don't know what the best way to attack this team is going to be. Not that way.
And Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses too because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
He'll keep it himself. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick
And keep in mind, unless we bring in a major talent at quarterback, this team will probably get worse next year. We're losing our starting quarterback. We're losing our starting left tackle. So we bottled that up for a 3rd and 6. So, oh my God, play closer. We had this issue in the last game. Oh, Kansas is marching down the field on us, but I kind of thought this might happen. Kansas is a really good offensive team. Feels weird to talk about Kansas being good because they spent so long being a whipping boy for everybody. I guess that kind of turned around when they beat Texas a couple years ago. They've been better since then. And that is going to be a touchdown as Neal gets into the end zone. 6-0 lead for Kansas. And that is going to go to 7-0 following the successful extra point. They go 81 yards in 7 plays and 3.5 minutes. We're going to have to find a way to match it.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So West Virginia's offense will try to get something started.
So Garrett Green, a better deep thrower.
And I think we're going to
but
see plenty of big plays, especially when you have a couple of guys who can spin the
what's his face? Daniel's just better overall. My offensive line is what's killing me. I have no time to throw. I'm trying to let these routes progress. And all they're progressing into is a sack. And that is caught. We get the... Well, we didn't lose yardage, so we didn't get anything back, I guess, but...
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find...
No time. I'm kind of thinking the play action might be out of the question here.
Real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though. And you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
So, fun fact, while you're playing this game, if you want a little tip, when you are performing a move with the ball carrier, so cut, spin, whatever, if you hold L2 or your left trigger, whichever one, just before you hit the cut, you'll get a little burst of speed and you'll accelerate out of the move.
football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. Just gets rid of
Managed to get that one out of there. Guy was untouched.
he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second
Maybe
down.
part of this is on me not being able to read defense as well, or at all.
He's going up
And that's deep to Fox. Touchdown, West Virginia.
touchdown, West Virginia. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
We saw him in single coverage on the outside. We knew if the safety didn't come with him, we had a chance. And we did have the chance. 7 plays, 76 yards. And your West Virginia Mountaineers have tied it up at 7 apiece.
And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Kansas gets the ball back, and the
So through my
defense is ready to go to work.
almost my first week, I say almost, this is Thursday, I got the game, was able to play starting Monday. In that time, I've come to realize a couple of things. One, quality of opponent definitely matters in this game. I, off screen, am playing with North Texas, who plays in the American Athletic Conference, and I lost 3 games my first season. One of them was to Texas Tech, and that was and we just gave up a huge touchdown. 89 yards to the house for Arnold on 3rd and 13 too. Lawrence Arnold. And the Jayhawks strike right back. But yeah, my worst loss that season was to Texas Tech, who beat me by 50. And I had a 3-point loss to Florida Atlantic and Farmer! He's gonna do it again! The quick scores, baby! Touchdown! West Virginia! Oh my gosh, Notre Dame lost to Miami of Ohio. What a time to be alive. If they could get the upset, so could we. All knotted up at 14. We have a shootout going here, folks. Good old-fashioned Big 12 football. That's what it's all about.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25.
I kind of want to create like an identity for us. We don't really have one at the moment, and part of me wants to play off of a West Virginia basketball team from a few years ago. They got the nickname Press Virginia because they pressed constantly, and I really enjoyed that team, even being a Texas fan, just because I am a big fan of pressing in basketball. I think it should be done more frequently. I do understand the possible limitations to that, but it's just really fun. And so I'm thinking maybe we, as kind of take on that identity, maybe run a lot more blitzes as they're going to pick up the first. Damn it. There are never people where they are. You know, run more blitzes, as I call the blitz here that I don't think is going to get run. Second and 4. And then run like the hurry up on offense. Of course, the blitz has not been working well this drive, so we'll see. We nearly got there for the sack. It's the most success we've had with a blitz. And that is 1 quarter in the books, and it is all knotted up at
It ought to be a lot of fun. And the Jayhawks
14.
over the line with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Gets it out quickly. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They go to the ground. And he's able to bounce
Sorry,
off.
I am looking something up.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense where now they got to manage.
I really want to know what the meta defense is, because this is getting ridiculous. We're an 84 ranked defense, and everybody is moving the ball up and down the field.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Off the play fake. Fires to...
Picked off.
At the goal line. That's one way to
Spells
make a
has
stop.
got some room, but he does have the speedy quarterback behind him. And Daniels is giving chase now. Can he make it? He does! Jacoby Spells, 92-yard pick six to give West Virginia their first lead of the game. 21-14. That's how you do it. Defensive touchdowns were how we got and climbed back into the Penn State game. We didn't have a lot of defensive.
Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese.
Okay, so this 3-3-5 penny is evidently supposed to be good. I don't know what defense out of it is the
On this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is
main one.
They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. It's a draw.
And so far, so good. 2 plays, and they have lost 3 yards. But they're going to come out swinging here on 3rd and 13. And keep in mind, the last 3rd and 13 they got a 91-yard touchdown.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Escapes the pressure going.
Oh, we got off of that guy.
Do it himself.
He slides. 4th and 5. That was a mistake. I didn't realize which player I took over. And the stadium is popping here in Morgantown, West Virginia. Farmer is going to get a chance to receive, and no room. But we get good starting field position at the 43-yard line.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this.
It has been a bit since Garrett Green and the offense have been out on the field. Of course, Kansas took the lead at 14. Then we return the kickoff for a touchdown as Donaldson picks up a huge gain there. And then we score on the pick six. Oh, that's the backup running back, whose name I wish I knew. Top rushing yards this season. Oh, that was highlighted, and I saw yellow, so for some reason I thought West Virginia. I was like, there's no way we've run the ball that much.
Second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
On the ground, it's Donaldson.
Donaldson with another solid gain, 5 yards.
He picks up 5.
Hey, all it takes is 5 yards at a time.
I know the passing game sells.
We'll try the slot fade here.
But it's not exciting to get 5 or 6
Looking at
yards
Bray and Clement.
but it will be very successful.
That didn't work. Green will take off.
He steps out of bounds, but
He scampers forward, picks up the first down.
QB's got to be able to play on
We've got the ball at the 9.
coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something
Couldn't get in there.
picking up a new set of downs, a new
I know what play I want, but they're not giving it to me. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's out of the Wildcat, though. Ah, screw it. This is to the running back. I can't believe West Virginia still has the Wildcat in their playbook. But it's successful. Touchdown. West Virginia. The Mountaineers have come to play today, boys. Jaheim White with the touchdown.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble.
Donaldson is going to get the passing touchdown.
This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going.
And we are up 28-14 on 11th ranked 3-0 Kansas.
He'll start the return inside his 5.
And White's going to come down and make the stop on the kickoff.
Coverage, and he'll be stopped.
You love to see that.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But dude, if you put a good drive together, this is
I don't know how they picked up a yard on that, because that was the most, like, behind the line of scrimmage yard I've ever seen.
Your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking for space. It's Neal. He's knocked
Great
down
play
the
there,
field.
as he will lose 2 yards.
job by the whole defense. But how about the little bitty
They're definitely going to be looking to pass here.
face in the fan? I ain't scared. I don't just cover guys. I make tackles.
Just got to protect the line of scrimmage. That is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
They hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense.
So 2 minutes left to play here in the half. Your West Virginia Mountaineers are up 28-14.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
When we make this stop,
Way through the traffic, and he picks up 8.
4th and 3. I am going to take a timeout, give us maximum
3.
time. I said maximum really weird. I apologize.
To make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Jayhawks will line up to punt it away.
FCS East continues to just get
Kick it away. Looking for a block. It's
slaughtered.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll start this drive at their own 48.
Clement's got a chance here. Clement and Robinson both.
They're going to open this drive with a pass.
Oh,
Hard, just
no time to throw.
on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the
Uh.
quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Second and 10. He'll throw again.
Ray actually comes down with it. And that is a touchdown.
Get in for 6 more points. These guys are really hitting their stride. And
Daniels is 10 for 11 today, but the one mistake he made cost him dearly. And we have now scored 21 unanswered.
They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
on the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready
Gun
to go.
my off trips
These
weak.
guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to
Minute 33, you got to think they're coming out passing.
into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here.
Another incompletion as we've got everybody locked up.
Because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses
Switching to doubles.
Say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield.
They're going to pick that up. 3rd and 1 now.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
This is where you
Set makes me feel better about this. And he was wide open, and he picks up a first. Quentin Skinner with his 4th catch of the game. We had the running back stopped if he would have handed it off. Picked off again. Harnu with the interception. I apologize. I do not know your first name, sir. Kikura Tarnu. Non-US. Senior. Doesn't have a face scan.
West Virginia has it and the offense ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play call
Send
is
them.
dialing up. These guys offensively have been able to go out.
Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
It's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Unleashes one deep.
I thought that was dropped in nicely, but I think it was tipped right at the end. Don't get sacked. Stay in field goal range.
By making something happen on 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Green. Feeling some heat.
And we didn't do that. We throw a terrible pick, and that is going to lead directly to points. Caleb Purdy with the pick 6. 75 yards. I'm not using Garrett Green as a scrambler as much as I should. That was a situation there. And he is actually out with bruised ribs. He took a shot on that play. So we are going to go with the backup, Nico Marchial, the lefty, who actually has had some playing time this season, as he came in the second half of the FCS East game. So we'll see what he can do in a game against a real opponent. We'll see what I can do with a lefty. Okay. If the safeties don't back up, which they do. Okay, he's lefty. I cannot roll that way.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the
Okay, no, that was Green that came back in.
As long as he got it past the line of scrimmage, nothing there, nothing open.
He still got high injury risk to his ribs. Kind of think Marchial should have stayed for the half. It's caught. Green might have put a little bit too much on that pass, but Robinson comes down with it anyway. Ooh. I should have thrown that one a lot sooner.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Ray. Timeout.
Take the timeout.
And now they just have one remaining in the half.
A nice job by the QB.
Going in with the same basic mindset as last drive. Got to get points.
In a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Complete downfield. Bring in the
It's our big tight end. So he gets it to the 15.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll throw it from the red zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
I saw that right away. I feel like if y'all were looking over there, you did too. Clement had one-on-one.
Aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number
Go! Touchdown! Garrett Green. Bruised ribs and all. He is in for the touchdown. Hey, don't squeeze him too hard now. We need him.
This quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up
42-21 lead that we will most likely take into halftime.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return.
And that is returnable, so hopefully it takes 5 seconds. And not 5 seconds in the fact that he gets down to the end zone. Does not. But Kansas is just going to kneel it out here to take us into the second half. Up 42-21 on the Jayhawks.
Right, fellas, the end of a very intriguing first 2 quarters of football in Morgantown. And what we've witnessed is a rarity these days in our sport. These defenses are taking matters.
Each of us with a defensive touchdown here.
Points on the scoreboard.
For since we switched defenses, their offense has gone stagnant. However, I'm not going to throw in the towel just yet. I mean, we're 1 or 2 dumb mistakes on offense from them being right back in this game, so we're not taking the foot off the gas. We will be running the ball more in the second half. Just the running game was working. We were getting good. We were getting good yardage. We just didn't do it a whole lot because especially since it got to the end of the half where we were trying to score quickly. And we do get the ball to start the third quarter.
On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be brought
Farmer's going to juke there, gets it to the 30. I say we're going to run more, and the first thing I do is call a jet touch pass.
They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got enough for the first, and he's still going.
And Bray got a big hole.
The 31-yard line, a big play for this offense.
Not enough to take it all the way. Didn't quite have that speed. That's a nice 7-yard pickup for Donaldson. He's got 2 catches for 25 yards today.
They'll run it from the gun. Able to make the
We're going to get that to the 1-yard line.
to the 22. Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming.
And the only reason I'm flipping the play here is because I don't like running jet sweeps to the narrow part of the field. We put him on skates, and we're in for the touchdown. Jaden Bray, 3 catches, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 113 yards per game, and he is he's quickly turning into our biggest receiving threat. 4 plays, a very nice 69 yards. And if we keep this up, we are on our way to maybe the biggest upset of the season, as Penn State beat Kent State by a single point. Kent State is one of the worst teams in NCAA football. They're not the worst, but they're close.
The back goes in motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Working that left side.
And just like that, their offense is moving again.
At the 42.
Big play there by the receiver.
Start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense.
And Daniels has got the Jayhawks moving.
Really nice stop.
3-yard pickup there.
Senior leader.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And a really, really questionable read option call there. You can't abandon the run, I get that, but I think for them, not abandoning the run would be getting Neal the ball as much as possible. Okay. This play is 100% on that defensive end or linebacker, whoever it was. And everybody else since then, they can't tackle. My goodness. Arm tackles for days. You get an arm tackle. You get an arm tackle. And Daniel should have been sacked there. But instead of wrapping up, number 5, whoever it was, decided to just kind of lower his shoulder. He shrugs it off, delivers a strike, and then we don't tackle the receiver, which leads to a 1-yard touchdown run by Devin Neal. So that play, that drive completely went haywire due to bad tackling. Like I said, I believe that was 3rd down, and we had the sack.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. This has been
49-28. Classic Big 12 football. You love to see it.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do.
Maybe a little bit too much of this namby-pamby running nonsense.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out.
I keep seeing Clement over the top on that corner. But we got Robinson this time. He drops it. Oh, he had his receiver beat. Maybe 2nd and 3, we shouldn't go for that. But I liked the matchups, and we are forced to punt for the first time today. Oh, and we nearly got the first. If they would have, if that guy would have dove about a foot to the left, we'd still have the ball. But either way, Kansas ball, and they are going to start this off with a loss of 3 yards. This may be a bad decision, but I'm sending the blitz. And I like how I talked about, oh, we're going to... Yep, bad decision on a screen call. I didn't... Yeah, I can't, figure out that they're throwing a screen, and there's no way to audible out of, during the play and tell your, yell at your offensive lineman, hey, leave him alone. Go get the running back. Kansas is moving again. This time just from good plays and not our inept tackling. 2nd and 8 now. Neal's up to 71 yards today. Time is running down in the 3rd quarter. It is, they've still got to get 3 touchdowns. There's plenty of time. All right, nothing but tackling drills at practice this week. That's it. You're going to wrap everything up. I don't care if we're just standing out on the field hugging. You're going to learn how to wrap up. That's sound advice for tackling, sound advice for relations. Always wrap up. That's been your words of wisdom from Friar Chuck today. Fourth and 1. Let's see what they do. They are going to go ahead and take the points. Theoretically, this is a tough angle. College kickers are not great, and he does manage to get it just inside the upright to make it a 49-31 game.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10.
We need to get points this drive.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23.
This is a good way to do. I didn't actually really have to switch this play around. I thought we were closer to the other sideline, but that's okay. Okay, you got to hold your blocker for longer than that. That's not long enough for that play to develop. But that's the end of the third quarter. Again, still classic Big 12 football. 265, 4 touchdowns, and a pick for Garrett Green on 52.4 completion percentage. What's his name? Daniel has matched us pretty much step for step.
Scoreboard operator better stay loose. Plenty of time to go here as we start the fourth.
Okay, I'm glad he dropped that. That was probably better.
That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Shoots it to the left.
Another drop pass.
On third down. And the Mountaineers will bring the
And we're forced to punt again. We've got to be more productive on these drives. They're going to get the ball at the 32. Pretty solid field position.
Stop the clock, not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
The offense set for a first down play.
Lathan, if you could come up with a sack here, that'd be great. Nice pass breakup. Thought we had a chance at the pick, but I would rather the pass breakup than giving up the catch, because if that... Another good pass breakup. We're delivering good hits here. What is going to cover the middle of the field better? That's not Tampa 2. Because Tampa, I guess cover 3 match maybe. I have yet to find a situation that Tampa 2 is useful for in NCAA or in Madden. It's just terrible. Oh, and he actually caught that one. Barely hang on to it, but Arnold is now 7 catches, 208, and a touchdown. He, of course, had that big run against us earlier, and the big touchdown. So he's easily been their best offensive player. Third and 5 now as Jalen Daniels eclipses 300 yards. 18 to 23, only 5 incompletions. Unfortunately for him, 2 of those were interceptions, and 1 of them was a touchdown. Big hit in the air, and we will break up the pass. Okay, I thought it said they were bringing in their kicker. I looked at the range, I was like, surely not. It's like 99% of NFL kickers wouldn't hit a bad tackle again. Oh my gosh, y'all have got to start wrapping up. This is terrible. Another drive extended because of arm tackles. And that is a great screen. My defensive tackle was absolutely freaking leveled. Well, you're going to keep him off of the first down line. So we somehow ended up back in coach suggestions, which I didn't really want. I'm sending the blitz here just because I think they're running on 3rd and inches, surely. And you've got one of the best running backs in the league, and it doesn't matter. 4th and 4. They are going to go for it here, though. Stop putting me in coach suggestions. When did you get the idea that I wanted to go back to that? Oh, it picked a defense for us. Oh, he's rolling. Oh, he jukes us out. And he's going to scramble for the first.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good.
We had guys in the backfield, but he is too quick and elusive for us.
Break down and they get off schedule. You
Clock
got
is
that
ticking,
guy
though.
out there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And they've still got to make up 18 points. The win doesn't have to be big. It just has to be a win. Especially for us. We're 1-2, playing the 11th ranked team in the country. First and goal now from the 1 yard line. Most teams don't use goal line packages. And the read option on the reverse is enough to get him in. We just didn't have guys there. It was a good play, though. I like that. Good idea. 37-49. 38-49. Kansas comes down and scores. The drive does take 5 minutes, which is a little longer than they really need to be spending. They do have all 3 of their timeouts, and as long as we can keep the running game going, we can put this game out of reach this drive. Oh, and Bray is just he's just an animal. Nope, I see it. I'm tempted. I'm not doing it. We're running the ball. We only pick up a yard.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. And the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back. He's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here?
We pick up a yard again. This is getting out of hand. Now there's 2 of them. Let the clock roll down a little bit. We have to at least get a first down this drive. And we do get the first down. Very, very big first down. Doesn't end the game completely. Obviously, there's a lot that can still happen. Little over 2.5 minutes. It'll be about 2.5 minutes when I snap the ball. Another first down. We're going to let it run to the 2-minute warning. Actually, we're going to let it run to about 2:01 and then snap the ball.
This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
And see, we got... This is just me, and I think me and one of my buddies talked about this. Why don't teams, when they're running the clock down, wait till, 2:01 and then snap it? You'll get an extra 2 seconds or more, depending on how long the play takes. Ball in the middle of the field. Bray lined up in the slot. We're calling for it. Oh, can't pick up the first. It is 4th and inches now. They're saying punt. Well, we're going to turn into a really aggressive team. We're going for it. Eat your heart out, Dan Campbell. Tush push. And we are across the line for a first down. Kansas has to use their final timeout. And we will be able to kneel it out. And they are just going to run the clock down because there's nothing Kansas can do. And West Virginia is getting the upset victory over Kansas, 49-38. Garrett Green, the player of the game, 276 and 4 touchdowns. Farmer with the big kickoff return touchdown. We had the big interception return touchdown. That's bad. Garrett Green is going to get the win, have the player of the game, and he's probably not going to win Big 12 player of the week. It'll probably be that receiver. 14 in the first, 28 in the second, 7 in the third, none in the fourth, but we still managed to hang on. And that's what it's all about. Your West Virginia Mountaineers are now 1-0 in Big 12 play. It's not what I wanted. I wanted to look at stats. Thank you. 13 of 25, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. C.J. Donaldson, 1 completion, 1 attempt, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. Hell yeah. Rushing, Donaldson was 63. Green had 17 and a touchdown. Receiving, Jaden Bray continues his dominant start to the season. 5 catches, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had a drop on a long pass. Donaldson, no, actually that was Robinson that had the drop on that play. I don't know where Bray's came. Donaldson had 3 for 35. Clement 1 for 22. 1 for 20 for Traylon Davis. Traylon Ray 1 catch for 7 yards. Justin Robinson 1 for 40. Jaheim White 1 for 1. He caught the jet sweep down on the end zone. And Preston Fox 1 for 38 and a touchdown. They're about to tell me that Bray's a senior, aren't they? No, he's a junior. Maybe we get one more year out of him. So the Kansas Jayhawks will take their first loss of the season. We pick up our second win and this one against a real school. 447 experience. And that is a huge, huge win for the boys. Let's go to next week to see if anything changes. Kansas will obviously drop in the rankings upon that. We will see if maybe that is enough to jump us up. We have moved up to a B for championship contender. Let's go. We are ranked 49th in the country for that. We have a bye week, so we will go ahead and get our scouting done for this week. We had a couple of guys that moved in that listed us as their top destination. Benji Rail still has us tops, and we could probably close on him pretty soon. Ryan Bolt's got us in the top. Reem has us in the top. We need to lock him up sooner rather than later. Tommy Vigil, we are number 2 on. Sam Vitale, the defensive tackle, we are number 1. We've actually moved up on his list. Jamal Khalil, the Jim 4-star defensive tackle, we have moved into first after giving him a scholarship. Diego Hernandez, we have moved in, and he is very close to committing to us. Jordan Blank has us 4th. We have actually fallen. He is scheduled for a recruiting visit. As close as he is on Ohio State, and they have their visit before we do, I think I'm actually going to send the house. He'll still have his visit, but so Jabari Livingseer, this tight end, has us listed as his top school, even though we have a deal breaker in playing style. We can't do any scouting. All we've done is offered him a scholarship, and he's got us as 4th. We are competing with Pitt for him. Trent Hansen, the athlete, is a quarterback. He has us as his top school. So, learned a few things from scouting. One, with North Texas, I recruited way too many quarterbacks. Way too many. I can actually do a few more things with him. So we'll get that up to 65. Okay. Okay. Trent Hansen is ready for a visit, so let's get that scheduled. Kansas State is somehow a better option than Iowa State, but we're going to sell him on playing time because there's a chance he becomes the starting quarterback next year. So we'll get that out of the way as quick as we can. Ryan Bolt, I wish I could lock up real quick. Ream, I'd really like to lock up real quick. I mean, he does have 3 schools with a lot higher prestige offering him scholarships now, and he's just not interested. And we've got some 5-star recruits that we definitely have a chance at. If we could get Ream, Vigil, and Vitali, that would be huge for our team. Huge for our program. And I'd love to get Jordan Blank too, but I just don't think I don't think we're going to. Ohio State will probably lock him in within the next couple of years. I'm not going to remove this guy. I said next couple of years, next couple of weeks. I'm not removing him. I can't do anything scouting-wise, but he's still interested in us. So we're keeping him on the board. We've got 19 targets up there. Let's go look for some more that might be interesting. Okay, this guy, Nate Ilaioa. We've actually offered him. Okay. Have we not done any recruiting for him? No, actually, we haven't. Okay. Well, then let's, I don't know why we haven't offered him yet. He scouted and he's a pretty average 4-star. Well, go ahead and send the house on him. I mean, we're pretty high up there. I don't want NC State to pass us, so. I think a scholarship, and then, like, I know where you. I don't want to. I'm going to look for other prospects first to see. A 4-star right guard. He has 1 offer from Georgia. He's from Georgia. It's going to be a tough sell, but we'll put him on there. I wish I would have seen him sooner. Oh, he's a bust. Damn, I wish I would have scouted him before I offered him the scholarship. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's just look at top prospects, see if there's anybody left we can get. Ben Mendez. Running back from Texas. Steel Breakers brand exposure. We do have it. So, screw it. I might give him an offer. .94 speed, 91 acceleration, 94 agility, 89 change of direction, 88 juke move. Oh, this guy looks really good. I'll send the house. He's going to have to make up a lot of ground to beat out Texas for him, but let's see where the best players in West Virginia rank. And you guys already locked us out. There's a 3-star quarterback, 3-star defensive end. Oh, he's a JUCO transfer. Okay, not super interested in that. So there is one 5-star quarterback in this class, Matthew Chance. Right now he's kind of in a deadlock between Oklahoma State and TCU, so that's fun. We'll have to deal with him for the next few years. We've actually scouted this guy, and he is going to be a bust probably. David Reinbolt is actually the 3rd-ranked quarterback in this class, number 50 overall. And right now we're his option. Hopefully within the week we can snag him. We have made offers on the 2 running backs that we actually can. See top prospects. And then 3-star fullback. If it's a fullback, though, I'd rather just get somebody that I don't have to work for. You know? We'll deal with that later. Wide receiver, top prospects. We're locked out of most of these guys. This guy's a bust. This guy, PJ Granderson. As I keep doing this, it's getting on my nerves. PJ Granderson. We've also got 2 really good wide receivers scouted. We are first on their intentions list. So maybe we hold off on him. I don't think we'll be losing a lot of wide receivers. Tight end is somewhere that I want to look. I haven't done anything with this guy, and I don't know why. You got that tight end there that we're 3rd on. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then that Livings guy, who I think is a... offensive tackle. The number 1 guy has eliminated us, but we're still number 1 for the top guy. Offensive guard, Trent Gooden. Center, Paul Hoke. Tommy Vigil we're still working on. Outside linebacker is a big need for us. Dorian Lanier looks like a possible option. Manu Tuipulotu, he would have been nice to be able to snag, but Enrique Casillas might be a good option. Corner, we need. There's not a ton available. Free safety. We are working on one, I think. Maybe that's a strong safety. Okay, both of these guys are nearly completed with Florida State, but that guy still has got some wiggle room. This guy, yeah, he's interested. I think we need a kicker, or are going to need a kicker. But I'll do that later. Athletes, we are going after the #1 ranked athlete now in Ben Mendez. We'll see after this week how that pans out. Paul Hoke, I believe they said was he's a guard or center or something. So we'll add him to the list. Let's look at our recruiting board. Go to the last few guys we added. We got 25 hours left. Not going to be able to get scouting done on them. But I'm going to go ahead and offer them all scholarships. With the idea being at least they're 4-star, so if they're busts, then they're going to bust into a 3-star. So that's not terrible. Okay, I don't have enough hours. So Gooden and Hoke are not going to get scholarships offered this week. Hopefully they don't lock us out. If they do, it happens. So this is our bye week. I don't believe we moved into the top 25, but let's see if there was any movement. Okay, we did not. Utah, Louisville, NC State, Miami, and Missouri all made big jumps. Oklahoma dropped after losing a close one to Utah. Arizona jumped. Michigan dropped after they lost to USC. Is USC ranked up here? They are not. Okay, no wonder that was a big loss. Iowa State jumped after beating Arkansas State. Texas beat Louisiana Monroe and jumped up. Clemson dropped. Texas Tech jumped after beating Arizona State. Virginia Tech beat Rutgers and jumped. Kansas dropped to 20. Wisconsin, UCF, North Carolina, and Boston College all entered the ranking for the first time. And Washington dropped from 14 to 23 after losing to unranked Northwestern. Okay. But we've got another big game coming up. Let's advance to next week and see if any recruiting, if there's any good recruiting news. Maybe someone will sign. Nope. Okay, Benji Bale has us as his #1 with his top 3 schools done. I would like to go back to the previous page, please. So, we're still the only one that has made an offer. He likes Penn State and Florida State, but they haven't done anything. Reinbold, still our only one. Okay, Jordan Blank is out on us, so we will remove him. Ream still has us as #1. I wish we could do more to push the envelope there, because Alabama is jumping in now, and they have offered him officially. I'm not too worried about this guy, because he's bust. But Notre Dame's going after him pretty heavy now. Jamal Cahill, the gym 4-star defensive tackle. He still has us as his top. We're not getting as close as I'd like on some of these players. Diego Hernandez has us as his top. And Jarrell Brown has eliminated us from contention. So there's a few guys we can take out. As we have got a date with the now #11 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. Well, the last time we played an 11 ranked team, we won. But this is going to be a road game, much tougher environment. Okay, it's the top 25 change going into this week. Penn State jumped. It's a fake 4-0. Utah down to Arizona. They moved up. Louisville beat Notre Dame and moved up. NC State killed Northern Illinois and moved up. Miami beat Virginia Tech. Alabama lost to Georgia, and they've moved down to 9. Mizzou moves up. Oklahoma State beat Kansas State. Michigan beat Minnesota. Ole Miss lost to Kentucky, so they moved down. Texas Tech is continuing to win. They're now 5-0. Clemson is at 15 now. Arizona lost to Utah, so they're now 16th. Kansas jumps back up after beating TCU, so they moved to 17th. UCF is 4-0. And they are, after beating Colorado, North Carolina beat Duke, and they've moved to 19. USC entered the ranking after beating Wisconsin. It's probably fair. They had a couple of big wins in there. Tulane is 5-0. They beat South Florida. They've jumped into the rankings. Virginia Tech lost to Miami and moved down. Iowa State lost to Houston and dropped from 15. And Florida State both enter the polls. I'm guessing Florida State for the first time. Florida has a tough game this week in UCF, as does Florida State against Clemson. And Arizona and Texas Tech play this week, so that helps us. Kansas is playing Arizona State, but we do have the head-to-head on Kansas now. Who's the rest of them? Utah is off this week. They are 5-0. They're very good. Let's check out the Heisman Watch right now. And it is Colorado Shedeur Sanders. Imagine that. Georgia's Carson Beck. Grayson McCall of NC State. He is the transfer quarterback, formerly of Coastal Carolina. Joey Hobart, the wide receiver from Texas State, is at 4. And Curtis Rourke, the redshirt senior quarterback from Indiana, is 5th in the Heisman poll right now. He had 401 yards and 7 touchdowns against Maryland. That's probably why he entered. Oh, Joey Hobart had a huge game as well. Don't expect us to have any Heisman finalists. It is what it is. Let's see if any of these guys... Ryan Bolt just keeps inching closer and closer. Tevin Ream, I really wish we could do a little bit more on. That deal breaker is real close, so we can't afford to lose too much. We moved up on Tommy Vigil. That's nice. If we could get Cahill, Vitale, and Vigil, our defensive line would be nice. Blank X'd us out, so that is a top running back recruit gone. That is okay. Okay, Livings has now moved us down to 3rd. He's really close. He just won't let us offer him anything. I know that if I had the opportunity to... oh, he's actually got a visit this week, I think. No, next week. I know that if I had an opportunity to try and push him, I could get him to convert. Trent Hansen, he's coming in for his visit. I could probably push this guy right now and get him to commit next week, and that would give us our first recruit. So I think I'm actually gonna do that. Terrence Richard is really, really close. Really close. Ileo is getting close too. We jumped up really high on Mendez, but don't have enough available hours. So we'll just do that. We'll work with those guys for now. Oh, wait. I may take some of those hours off one of those guys, because I need to schedule it. I need to see if anybody's got visits that I can schedule. Visits are important. Bream is ready for his visit. We need to get that in. Okay, so one of those guys that we just made a push for is... It's going to be... you, unfortunately. Schedule visit. You want to come Kansas State week 2? I gotta do something to push the envelope against him. The pro potential and the championship contender are the most important things for him. Meet alumni. What are we gonna do? Have friggin' Geno Smith show up? Okay. Got that settled. Not super interested in that guy anyway. Okay, so we could do a little bit of scouting on these guys down here at the bottom. Like you, mostly. He's solid. Okay. That's that. Luckily, playing time is a big factor. Well, actually, we don't know what his motivations are right now. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Turned into a pretty long one. But I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I know I did. It was a really exciting game. And it's nice to be winning again. I know it's not the most interesting thing in the world using the same defense over and over. But I got to do what's working, and nothing else was working at that point. So it is what it is. Sorry. But not really. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode where we will take on Oklahoma State. Look for a repeat. Get the upset again. But this is Friar Chuck saying bye-bye.